सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. Mahayogi Swami Umanand Saraswati ki jai. Well, friends, we are here back to Jnaneshwari, and I'm going to title it Om Namoji Adya. I'm going to start with that. A little prayer whenever I start this video. So, because that is the invocation mantra of Sant Gnandev, and I think it will help us to understand the subject more easily in a better form. So, we'll say Om Namo Jiyadya Veda Pratipadya Jai Jaya Swasamvedya Atma Rupa. Okay, we'll just take the first line, and now we shall move on to the next topic which was discussed in Jnaneshwari, chapter 1, from 39 to 49. 10 couplets are dedicated to Sri Vyas. Vyas was a great writer. He has written Upanishads and various texts in Mahabharata, and of course all these books are written by him. So I will just give you a little idea about it. And Sri Shankaracharya, this is a story. It goes, Sri Shankaracharya, Adi Shankaracharya, he was asked to talk about Brahma Sutra by his guru. And Adi Shankaracharya was delivering the talks on Brahma Sutra. This was written, it is written by Sri Vyas. So while he was talking about these sutras, a Brahmin, an elderly Brahmin, would visit him and listen to the discourses and question him at various stages, and sort of crisscross him or cross-question him, and somehow it made the debate more interesting. And finally, of course, when the entire text was completely talked about, and these sessions came to an end, Shankaracharya approached this elderly Brahmin and said, "Sir, only few can know the art of questioning, and normally a person who is himself a writer could have asked questions the way you have asked. So I would like to know whether you are Sri Vyas." And it is so said that the Brahmin appeared in his personal Swarup, and he was Sri Vyas, and he blessed Adi Shankaracharya, and he said, "Look here, you have done justice to my work, Brahma Sutra, and therefore I ask you to live for another 16 years more and continue doing this work of delivering the talks on Brahma Sutra." Just wanted to give you a rough idea how great these saints can be. They were, and so Adi Shankaracharya, who was supposed to only live for 16, got an extension of life for 32 years. So that was the power of Vyas Muni. So we are talking about his intelligence. When the sunlight becomes bright, the universe gets seen. Now here, Sant Gnandev says Vyasa's intellect was like such sunlight where the world was properly seen. The perception of the world is done better when such people take form and come to mortal world and give a new dimension to our understanding. They give a new dimension, they give a new approach, and you need a fresh intelligence, a good intelligence for us to understand the same situation in new light. Another very interesting story about coming into new light. There is another great saint of Orissa, Gauranga Mahaprabhu. He was just 16 years old, and when a great scholarly Pandit had visited their town, and evening the temple held some discourse of this great scholar. So the scholar took up one of the couplets of some great Shastra and delivered its varied meanings, about nine types of meanings he delivered from that. And he said the same thing, the same couplet could mean uh, nine different, it could be explained in nine different ways. And then he turned to the audience and he said, is there anybody who thinks they could add to this uh, new representation, new interpretation of the meaning? And at that time, Shankaracharya, not Shankaracharya, Gaurang Mahaprabhu, he got up, he was a lad of 16, and he comes and he gives another seven more different interpretations of the same couplet. Along with these nine, he added seven new interpretations. Now, can you imagine how enriched a brain could be to interpret a certain thing in hundreds of dimensions? We have to learn to interpret in such a way that the society benefits from it. Anything has to be interpreted in a right fashion. Interpretation of any text is very important. It has to bring the society together. It cannot be interpreted in a way where people end up fighting with each other. The Shastras are supposed to be, they are treasures given to the hands of wise men, and the wise men owe it to the common man that they use the intellect to safeguard the interests of the country, of the world. So here was another example I wanted to talk about, how an intellect is required to see the world in a different light, which is more safer. The perception has to make society safe. Anyway, join as the seed, just as the seed, if sown in better soil, blossoms full and healthy in land of India, Mahabharat bore fruits perfectly. Yes, India has got a spiritual soil, that understanding. Sometimes people in USA, they ask me, we talk about faith and blind faith. I said, no, I'm glad I'm blessed with the concept of faith. Of course, we have to be a little alert about not entering into a blind faith concept. But faith has its own um, uh, power, and it needs to be discovered. What power faith can have has yet to be discovered. It has to be discovered. Now there are people who are old, 70, 80 years old, and they decide to climb up the mountains for to seek darshan of gods who are on hilltops, and they keep walking and they make it. They make it. I mean, you have got to have that. Now these are miracles, um, but they seem very logical sometimes. Therefore, we can't treat them as miracles. But definitely, faith has its own energy radiating power. Probably. So let's say, as the urban, so here we have Mahabharat has, because of the soil of India, is more spiritual. It's we don't challenge every little understanding. We accept 10, we may challenge one. Uh, Vice versa, in the very uh, modern world of today, they challenge 9 and they accept one. So that's the basic difference. Anyway, as the urban land is good for man, makes him more wise. The credit is given to the modern world, where it is supposed to be adding to the wisdom of the uh, common man. It makes him sharp. I won't say wise, it makes him sharp. So he is more active. I mean, if people from villages go to urban lands, then when they return, they have a different um, personality. They radiate a different personality about themselves. They become more street smart. Intelligence of Vyas makes world things more bright. Similarly, the people like Vyas also make us more spiritually smart. I think I like that. I like that. They make us spiritually smart. In early age of teenagers and maidens who are sweet, Beauty blossoms all over, more boldly, more charmingly. Yes, the children, the youth is the best gift God can give to mankind. It is the best gift. Just the other day, I almost blurted out as saying that I wish I was 20. I'm 70 now. So, well, it's just that the technology is becoming more and more interesting. And, well, I wish, of course, we won't go into that now. In the gardens too, as spring sets in, the nature's beauty reveals with more grandeur than earlier, as if a store of mine it is. A block of gold. Now, the gold, just as you see, of course, we are tempted about the value of it. But when it is worn in the form of some sort of a jewel around you, an ornament on you, one will be more interested. If you go to a shop and if you want to buy gold, a man may go for a gold biscuit, or the woman may go for a gold chain or something like that, a necklace. So it adds to the beauty. So when Vyas speaks, now is the speech of a great writer and an orator. Yes, it has to make the difference. It highlights the themes in a very different light. Knowing this art in mythology, in Vyas, mythology took shelter. Now, this vision is very, very big. Imagine, imagine the intellect of Vyas was so good that mythology, a subject like mythology, decided it's worth being nourished at the hands of Sri Vyas, especially in India. So philosophy got nourished here, and we should not leave that image. Of course, I mean, these, I'm not saying about the not being modern, but being wise. We should not leave that image. Indians, Rishi Munis have created an image of us, which is called land of wisdom. And I think we all Indians should contribute to it. We should not forget that that is our lineage. We are supposed to be wise, and wisdom should be our one of our little, however, whatever field it may be. We should. I'm glad, and I think in yesterday talk of the Prime Minister Modi at Delhi definitely tapped various fields where we have made progress in this manner. But wisdom is what our image has been made, India's image. Um, it is made the poor and all concept now. Uh, it is the country was never poor, otherwise foreign rules would not have come to us. We were very rich, we are still rich, and today the number of cars on streets cannot tell you that you are poor. Of course, there might be a few areas, but I'm sure the government is working towards it. Well, and for total fame in reality, in total humility, Puranas also took the form of stories, and discourses entered Bharatbhumi. Now imagine the literature itself has come to India because there were people like Vyas, and who made, through their speech, who made the themes more attractive, more beautiful. Um, well, even I hope I also belong to that category, even if it is 1% of it. I would like to try and talk about things to make them more beautiful. I want to talk about philosophy and make it more interesting. I want to talk about spiritualism and make it more um, applicable. So, hence, what exists not in Mahabharata exists neither in the world. So it says almost all the topics are covered under one Mahabharata, and thus it is saying it is considered to be tasted. Every bit of it, the world is tasted by Sri Vyas because he has spoken about it. He has spoken about it. Such is the story, famous for wonders in it. Now, what has got Mahabharata in it? It's got wonderful wonder, stories of wonder in it. The birthplace of Atmajnana. Of course, the text has to be read with an idea that it is actually designed to reveal the ultimate truth. It is designed to reveal the ultimate truth. And Vaishampayan tells to the king Janmejaya, it's passed on to him that the complete text, Mahabharata, is actually uh, talking about Atmajnana. So, on the back side of the page, oh my God, this is a little torn. But on any back side of the page, normally you have the brief outline of what the text has in it. So, if Mahabharata is picked up and it is seen, so it has to be introduced as a text of Atmajnana. So, it's a realization, a text which will take you towards realization. What is Atmajnana? What Atmajnana does it, what is the key sentence of Atmajnana? Atmajnana is knowledge of realization. So the key statement is Advaita. 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 Only one supreme dwells in all of us, in you, in the Jeev, Jagat and Jagadishwar. They are made of same element. They are made from same element. Friends, like we have all sweets are made by sugar. You can take any sweet, right from Cadbury's you take to our uh, barfis and gulab jams and or sweet paisam, whatever you take, anything where there is sweet, there is sugar. So anything that is live, like you and me, in the world, around the world, whatever has form has definitely got the Brahma element in it. This is the description of Sri Vyas in Jnaneshwari, chapter 1, couplet 39 to 49. Yes, 39 to 49. Now, tomorrow or day after when I get back, we'll talk about Gita in short. Um, this is Swami Radhikananda. Friends, we need more subscribers. Please pass on as much as you can. The idea is not that I want subscribers, the idea is that we spread the message. Because the text is beautiful and at leisure, you can hear it anytime. Thanks to this YouTube and Facebook, they have made this is tremendously satisfying to people of our age, that we are able to share uh, whatever we feel we have learned. This is Swami Radhikanand from Pune. Thank you.